So I wanted to talk a little bit about our Synergy module. So when you get Package Designer, especially our our standard edition, you get a whole bunch of Synergy components, okay? And so you can drag these components in, and with these components, you can, use them, and they can be resizable components. Very powerful feature. But sometimes there's a need where you need to create your own. And for example, let's say that you want some sort of insert in the middle of here that's already designed, could be holding parts, could be a mouse, whatever, but you want to be able to easily center it up. So let's just go ahead and play around and make our own Synergy component. Okay, so I'm just going to go and do a new drawing. And on this drawing, I'm going to put in a square just so I have, the right size that I want. So I'm going to say, or at least I can come back to it and have some sort of easy reference. So let's just say that we want it to be like 5 by 3. Okay. So we'll say, okay. So now we've got this, basically this rectangle that's 5 by 3. So inside of here, I'm just going to put some shapes. Okay. So let's put another rectangle like over here. And maybe we grab some circles and say, hey, we want some sort of insert there, insert here, whatever. Really don't care. Like I said, it could be some drawing that you had developed in AutoCAD or SolidWorks or whatever. Okay. And so based on all this, and we'll even move some of these parts out to kind of get you an idea of why we wanted the border here. So let's just say that's over here. And maybe that one's over here. And anyway, so, okay. And we'll just move this one. Well, grab that shape and let's move it over there. Okay. So we've got our insert, and none of this stuff's resizable because we just manually drew it all. And what we want to do now is take that and we want to make this a resizable component. So I'm going to group all that and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to make a new, and if you have the Synergy component, I'm going to make a single base component. Okay, and then what we're going to do here is, let's just zoom out a bunch. I'm going to paste in my component. All right, so there it is. And then what I want to do is, we know, because we did that rectangle there, what our dimensions were, and we can just double check them really quick here. So we said, like this dimension from here to here, that's 5 inches, and from here to here, oops, I'm gonna hit that dimension again. All right, and that's 3 inches. Okay. So first, let's start designing our own component here. And so we have a ActiveX has come up. That's this item that we're going to be working with control points on. I'm going to go ahead and delete. Let's go back to on objects here. Let's delete off this line, delete off this line, delete off this line. All right, so those are all gone. And we are going to group all these. So we'll grab them all together and let's make them a group. So now they're all together as one. So you can see they got a control point down there in the bottom. And I want to be able to see that control point. So I want to do something with it. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to show my control points. Where are they at here? Control points. All right. So now we can see the control point. And let's make our ActiveX a little bit bigger here. Let's say like 7 or whatever, it doesn't really matter. And now we want to use that control point and start building some sort of function. So the first thing we're going to want to do is be able to center this when we drop it into our drawing. And then we'll have to put an offset from here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a dimension line. And we'll grab from this control point to here. And we've got an amount right there. But what we'll do, instead of using that, we're going to go to this box right up here and we're going to start typing in what we want. So we're going to say ActiveX. Okay, and now we're going to subtract that length that we knew there. That was 5. Okay, and then we're going to divide that by 2. Okay, so let's go to the end here. We're going to divide it by 2. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put that in place. And so what you'll see here now is if we change this 7 to 10, see it's centered. If we change it down to 6, it's centered. So we basically have that active X point we've created that's centered. So now we need another one, and we only got a single component. So right now we're going to grab this line down here and that point there. And this one here, we'll just type in like VO for vertical offset. Okay, and I'll hit enter, and it'll just click in place. We'll leave the current value in there. And then we need to make the vertical offset, and we'll make it global. Okay. All right. So now let's just get out of here for a second. And well, actually, we need to save it. File, save as. And we're going to call this, we'll say 5 by 3 multiple shape insert. Okay, we'll save. All right, so let's close out of here. And let's go back to our drawing where we want to put this in place. And we'll go to our components. And if you look here, we've got this new shape that's in here. So we see it. It's part of our list that we've been making. And we can grab it in and snap it in there. And we'll snap it to there. And so now you'll see, hey, this is kind of cool. I get my new vertical offset. I'm centered. And so if we come and look at our parameters and we try to adjust the width, or we try to adjust the length, these are adjusting with it. If we go back to our 3D and refresh, you can see there's our parts. And in this case here, we would have to change our VO and make that some sort of, now we knew it was 3 inches, but you know, that's not as easy as saying, hey, what if we had multiple points here? So I can say, you know, right now I could center it by saying, okay, what is our width? So we could say width minus 3 and then divided by 2. Okay, so let's go like so. All right, so now we are centered. But there's another cool kind of trick that we could do with these. So let's actually go and let's do a new compound component. And what we're going to do is we need 3 points for this. So we're going to select that and change this to 3. Say OK. And then we're going to drag out this multiple shape. And we're going to snap it there. And we're going to snap it there. Okay, and so this gives us, you know, basically our whole setup here, what we want. And we're good with all that at the moment. Okay, and so we're going to say, okay, let's get back to our parameters. But then we want to come over here. Let's zoom out so we can see all this too. That'll help. And let's grab this for the first and just make it bigger so we can see it bigger. Let's say 7. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. And we'll just make this one. Click on it. Oop, cancel. Click on it. And now we want to use a special parameter for our height. Okay, and so this parameter is very specific for this one. It's AX2. Okay, and we hit enter. We put in a value, and let's just say 5 for the moment and say okay. All right, we need to make both. Let's put this one above. Oh, that one up. Okay, so now VO2, what we want to do is we remember that was 3 inches tall. So we want to take this AX2 and we want to divide it by 2. Okay. And so now, let's zoom out here, AX2. Oh, and we need that distance 3. So -3, put that in parentheses. There we go. Okay. So now we got 3 points that we can drop this in. So I'm pretty sure I made these global, but if not, I'm going to double check. Make global. Okay. So now we're going to go File, Save As, and we want to call this, you know, same thing. 5 by 3 multiple shape insert, and then we're going to say this 3 points. Okay, and we'll save it. Close it. All right, so now let's come back and let's delete this one. Okay, let's go to our Synergy components. We got to drop out of this for a second and then come back. So now we see one that says 3 points. So let's drag that in. So if we snap it there, we snap it there, and then we snap it there, say okay. Now what's really cool is when we adjust the width or we adjust the length, this is centered. And then we can start working around, changing our borders, whatever. So if we refresh this, you'll see now it's centered. And now you say, oh, okay, hey, let's just give a little bit of border to this. So let's come down, and we knew that was 5. So we'll say our length is, you know, maybe 5 plus 2. And our width could be 3 plus 2. All right. Refresh our there. Go back and refresh our box. And real quickly, we're able to center up that item. So hopefully that gives you an idea about Synergy. Anyway, look forward to working with you on these projects. But Synergy's got a lot of pretty cool superpowers. Thanks.